Hi, welcome to the Stockinit Zombies. I'm Amy, also known as Jane Itma.
And I'm Megan, also known as Just Run It. And this is episode 216. The one where we play Pokemon Go before we...
Yes, before we record. Megan's house is new since I started playing Pokemon Go. All sorts of things going all over the place.
We have a wide variety of Pokemon. Just kind of hanging out in our neighborhood.
Sure do.
I wonder if that's a statement, more of a statement. Like, is there a certain number that you have per population? Because you've got a lot more younger kids that would be walking around kind of capturing them than my neighborhood, probably. No?
Yeah, but you're closer to city center and a lot of other sort of traffic, and I think that is probably more than me out in the burbs or whatever.
Yeah. Yep.
Because, again, I don't know. I had an exciting evening. I caught like 3 giant Pokemon and was able to evolve one. Got a Meowth with the kids. That one excited me more than them because that one was one that I recognized from the show. Other than I didn't know its name at first, and I said, "Kids, it's the cat that talks and he's annoying." They're like, "Meowth?" I'm like, "Yeah, that one."
So your kids actually watch Pokemon?
They did, or have in the past. They haven't watched it recently around me. We're into the new dragons that just populated on Netflix. The How to Train Your Dragon.
Got it.
But, and food truck race. The great food truck race. I can't remember, but it's really fun. Food competition shows, yo. All the food competition shows. That's what we watch.
Yeah. I haven't been watching any television with the kids. We've been spending a lot of, like you were talking about doing, spending a lot of time outside. And so we haven't, other than like American Ninja Warrior. Yeah. Stacy was saying that down in Tennessee they have like an American Ninja Warrior course near her. She might visit it.
Yeah, there's 2 in Minneapolis. But, well, it's not a course. It's just, gyms that have the things set up.
Oh, this was like an actual course.
Oh, wow. Yeah. So, yeah, we have a contender in Rochester, Minnesota.
For American Ninja Warrior, if you're following. We've now transitioned from Pokemon to American Ninja Warrior.
Well, I feel like everybody's been talking about Pokemon. We don't need to add to the talk about Pokemon. Other than I am there, I'm almost to team levels. So if you hit me up tomorrow or the next day and say team such and such, kind of sway me to one team or the other. But the Nerdist,
vote for Pedro.
Chris Hardwick said that he's Team Mystic. So I was like, and they have descriptors, and I'm not really an Instinct. And I'm not really a Valor, although Valor is really cool. Like, it looks like fiery red and cool. And Instinct is the color of my girl. Her outfit's all yellow. But I don't know why I chose that. Probably because it's purple and yellow.
Yeah, okay. I've lost the question now. Is it like the Sorting Hat? Don't you kind of, if you find that symbol cool?
That could be, yeah. I don't know. I personally don't know what happens when I get to that point, but then at some point they ask you to choose, and maybe that's when they describe them to you. But there's certain memes out there describing the different ones, like go team whatever, we're this, and this, and I don't know. So, again, not here nor there.
No. I had a brand new shiny 10-year-old who has a brand new shiny Android device that does not have cellular service as of yet. And we wanted to make sure that she kept it safe and didn't break it and crack it and lose it or have it stolen, or that she could prove that she had that she could take care of it before we did that. But it's kind of opened up my eyes as far as, like, I know about some of these things, and she's connecting with my mom on certain apps and my brother on other apps, and it's like, okay, well, maybe I should be like, Instagram is like my main social media, and I've kind of clung to that like as my happy place. And then I should probably be more willing to try other ways of connecting with people, I guess.
I honestly installed Pokemon Go because my kid is obsessed with it. And by extension, his sister is obsessed with it because she admires her older brother and wants to be able to talk to him about it. And she loves animals. So, yeah, with a family so in love with Pokemon, I had to give it a shot. And it is fun. And I do enjoy it. I try to limit it to when I'm walking to and from my car rather than, like, unless the kids are around and then we go on walks. But, like, I don't know. I'm like, oh, I'm at Target. Let's see if a Pokemon catches me on the way in. And different things like that. So, cool. But, yeah, I'm close to needing to pick a team. But to get back to, like, if somebody was, like, on bated breath about American Ninja Warrior, we have the K9 Ninja in our town. Rue. And Megan used to play soccer with him.
Which he did not mention in his little snippet.
Yeah, he didn't say, shout out to Megan Williams, I used to play soccer with her.
Nor would he, if he saw me walking around the streets of Rochester, be like, oh, I played soccer with you. I just remember him. He is a very distinctive person.
Yes, he is. And, yeah, so he had a the little Ninja Warrior session, I guess, at the CrossFit gym that I work out at over the weekend. I wasn't able to attend, but I heard it went really well, and they set up little obstacles. Like, they had the, not the new and improved jumping steps, but, like, the original ones that were all one level.
Should you be doing any more jumping steps?
No, I probably shouldn't.
A box jump.
I had a box jump up and bite me, or the other way around.
I hate it when they do that. Maybe there was a Pokemon underneath.
Jumped up.
If I'm trying to connect all of these things.
Yeah, it hopped up, like, just as I was jumping, so that it caught. But, yeah. I looked up last year when I got my first scar. So I'm going to call it my first scar, and this will be adding to my first scar. That one was really bad, and I said I failed on 25 out of 30, and today I failed on after 42 of them. So it's like, well, slight improvement.
Yeah.
Took me 42 to biff it on the, I don't know. Just seems like after you get into a rhythm and you're confident about it, you forget to say, don't fail, you know, and then you fail. So I must have been getting a little too confident in what I was doing at 42 in, and yeah. Totally. But it was towards the end of the workout, so I just, you know, like, okay, I'm done. This is it for me. There's going to be a giant bruise there tomorrow. Right now it's just a bloody mess, but tomorrow it's going to be purple, I'm sure. And, yeah.
That reminds me of my sister. She loved the purple to the green to the... Man, you gotta come look at my bruise.
I'm like, it's going to be pretty. I'll send you a picture of it. Just like Melissa says hi.
What else has been going on? We had the 4th of July.
Yeah.
That was fun. My mom and brother were here. I got to hand deliver some socks, so I don't have that FO to show. But they fit her like a dream. The last time I had knit my mom a pair of socks was, like, they had to have been like my second or third pair of socks.
Oh, okay.
And they were LeBurn socks.
Okay.
And there's a big slipped section, and they were so tight. Like, they were so tight on her foot because A, I didn't know how to size socks correctly, and B, the stitch pattern is just very not stretchy, right? Not elastic. And so she put these on, and she was like, oh, these fit so well. And I'm like, Mom, it's hot. You don't have to. And she's like, no, I'm wearing them. Like, it was just the evolution of me as a knitter that I could actually knit my mom. And why it took me so long to make her another pair. Probably because she told me she didn't like the first pair, right?
Right.
But it wasn't because she didn't like the socks. It was because they didn't fit correctly. So, yep. And you've been keeping busy?
Yep. We have had a eventful household over the last few weeks, and that's kind of why we're recording now. Yeah, but that's enough about that.
Okay. Somebody mentioned today, again, I know you guys never tire of us complaining about how time is passing so quickly, but somebody mentioned today that, like we're, by the end of this quarter, the third quarter, and I was like, it's not the third quarter. And they're like, yeah, July 1st, it was the third quarter. And I was like, what?
Yeah.
Brain.
It's not the end of the third quarter.
No, it's not.
A lot of the time,
when
I think third quarter, I think the end of third quarter.
Yeah. Yeah, no. I know it's not the end of third quarter, but the fact that it's in the third quarter is like, what? How did that happen?
Think of it as the second half. That might.
That still doesn't feel any better. Like, I've had a half year of this year already.
That's true.
Where did the time go? And yeah, summers are just crazy busy. I feel like time goes so fast because everything is, you're just, in addition, summer or winters get really long, right? But summers seem like they're go so fast. Zoom, especially around here.
Here and gone, yeah. Just not fair. But that's all right.
All right, had a wee bit of administrati in addition to the current Scrappy Happy Cow, which I have been loving all of the posts out there of Scraptastic. I've really wanted to knit something with some mini skeins, and West Knits is doing a dotted rays KL, and it's everything in me to work on my designs and the stuff that I need. I should be knitting. I'm shoulding all over myself.
She said shoulding.
I'm shoulding all over myself. Yeah. Scrappy Happy Cow. I'm envious. I want to be knitting with some mini skeins right about now.
Yeah, and Josh.
Yesterday would have been a good day.
Josh Ricks has a bunch of patterns that are working with mini skeins.
Unicorn tails, right?
Yeah.
And Madeline Tosh. Yeah.
But
that's a
could be
fun cowl out there. Why the name is escaping me right now. Just released it yesterday and rewarded himself with a donut. That's sort of a knitter. And it was in the hot right now on Ravelry when I looked. I was like, oh, congratulations, Josh. Yes. Anyway, you guys are all just so excited to see the this June's self-striping. So there were 1,029 entries. We've hit 1,000. Cool. So if we keep on that pace, or people catch up, we could have well over 2,000 entries for 2016. Yo. Wow. Yes. And this was very wonderfully donated to us by Amber. This is the Wild Rumpus. It's a striped maple sock from Highland Handmaids. Very sort of, I remember when Susan Claudino had that, Where the Wild Things Are. So similar colors, but they kind of look like bears. Not quite bears, but like the bears.
Oh.
No? No, you don't see it. Okay.
I don't. It's blue and yellow in my mind.
Okay. There's some orange-ish. Just had to sneak that little ish in there.
Well, the bears is a reddish orange.
Okay. I'm with you. So yes, 2 through 10/29. I drew 3. So contact me with whether or not you'd like a pattern. So we'll do 2 patterns and this wonderful 100% merino 320 yards. So verging on a sport weight. So self-striping.
It's just beefy. I have knit with it before.
The beefy. Yes, I did the Forest Friends. Our Friends of the Forest socks. So I drew 870, or random number generated 875, 543, and 620. 875 is Lights On, Mary. 543 is Auntie Joanne. Hi, Joe. And 620 is Eat My Yarns, Brandy. Cool. And they all had some very pretty socks, and I bet they would make some pretty socks with this Highland Handmaids as well.
Very cool.
Yes, and I'm kind of creeping into enabling, but I got more than enough to go around. So the Fabulous Whorl of Spinning Fates, we did that kit with Knitting's My Bag with her. And then she had another baby and went on dying maternity leave and just came back and is dying again. And so I went out. I don't know if she posted, no, I don't think it was on Instagram. I think it was in our threads. Like,
Okay.
reopening the shop, grand reopening. And I clicked, and this colorway just sang my name. And it is Radio Gaga on her Tula base, which is 80% merino, 20% nylon, 400 yards. So it's just neons with grays, and the great.
That purple is slaying me. I love that.
The contrast between those was just so great. And so there was 2 of them, and I was so excited. I was like, 1 for you, 1 for me. So next month, for this month actually, July, I will be donating this fabulous skein of Radio Gaga from Spinning Baits, and go check them out. She's got some pretty stuff out there.
Oh, shoot. What did I just do?
Ruh-roh. Did you go into autopilot?
I did.
I hate it when the autopilot doesn't know how to drive. It doesn't know how to knit.
It doesn't. It was an eyelet row, and it just zoomed right on past.
With no eyelets to be found. Huh?
Exactly.
Okay. And that's, you've got your Persian Dream KL
Yes.
going on.
Yes, and thank you for continuing to put beautiful hexagons into the FO thread. I love it. I am excited, but Tour de Fleece has started. So it's all that I can get in me to work on the non-woolly projects, so the linen and then spinning. But this sweater here is finishing up, and I think I might go mad with my Scrappy KL and my Persian Dreams KL, as far as the things that I knit on over the next few weeks while I am spinning. And yeah, so thank you. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful blankets in progress out there, and I get rejuvenated to look at mine again when I see them getting posted out there. So
I'm getting dangerously close to if I have to order yarn for my crazy Ravelinix project, that it's going to have to happen here pretty soon. So if anybody's got any crazy ideas, Stacey and I have been kind of putting our minds...
color work blanket.
Blanket has been thrown out there. I don't know that I can do that during the Summer Olympics. That might just be
But
too
it's the hexagons,
crazy.
right? You can sew them up later.
So yeah, we've done very large shawls. We've done the Even Star
And the viage.
Yes, the viajante or the viajante or however you say it. So this will be the 3rd one, right?
Yes.
The 3rd crazy.
Okay.
And so haven't quite.
How many days do you have for the crazy?
I think it's like August 2nd to, is it 20 some days?
Okay.
And I think it's like 20 some days out.
But see, the Even Star, you both like powered through that in the first like week and some odd.
9 days?
It was 9. Yeah.
Yeah, 9 days.
So
That's fine.
You need a little.
You don't have to contain your crazy.
I was just thinking, no, you needed something more because.
Yeah. Well, the degree of craziness doesn't have to be yardage either, right?
Okay.
Be like
Colorwork sweater.
Yeah.
All over colorwork sweater
or something.
Yeah.
So anyway, if anybody's got any crazy ideas, just lob them out there. I'm still going to have to knit a pair of socks a week in there as well.
Okay.
Because I haven't built up enough buffer.
You haven't?
Not yet. I'm working on the buffer.
I don't think I can quite get on board with that kind of crazy. Cause
yeah, you got your own brand of crazy.
I do. It's multiple projects all the time.
Yep.
Yeah.
And spinning and
Yeah.
Pokemon hunting
weaving.
and weaving. Yeah, you haven't brought any of your weaving or talked
Well, I
about any of your
haven't
weaving.
finished anything yet,
Oh.
and it's a loom, so it's hard to bring it here. Yeah, it's a flip loom, so it's, it's big. It's portable, but it's not that portable.
You've brought bigger things over here.
Not for a podcast.
Okay.
Pretty sure.
Okay.
So,
FOs? Or do you have any more administrati that needs to be administrated?
no.
We have some fun reviews coming up and some other stuff, but
Yes.
we shall leave that.
When we have it.
Yes.
I am, lacking in the FO department, so I will let you take on.
Previously mentioned my mom's socks that were out of Brew City Yarns in the, what was the colorway? It wasn't the one that you can't take my sky. It was a firefly one. Anyway, they're very pretty. I've posted pictures. We in our fun of having my mom and my brother here from New York City did not get any pictures taken, but that's a good memory as well, right?
Mm-hmm.
That we were so busy and having so much fun going to the lake and walking to fireworks and whatever that we just didn't get it done. And those went home with her. And so all of my FOs are socks. I've become so interesting. I then knit Dexter some Mr. Zombie socks. These he requested from Sun Valley Fibers in the high twist. I found out with my Ms. Zombie socks that putting any patterning didn't really do much good on it. So I didn't, and just put a spacious OMG heel in the back here. He requested that they not be knee socks, which I happily obliged. And I did do some decreasing before the ribbing because he has problems with, he doesn't have where his leg gets bigger like mine does, right? Like looking down as I'd say it, whoa. But yes, he's got a little bit of, and it still fits over his heel, had to check that, but he's got some negative ease going on there so that they'll stay up. And he's very excited about them because he knows that brother and dad are getting a pair. And I could not, for the life of me, knit another pair of just plain stockinette socks with the same colorway but in sleeve size. And so I decided I was going to knit some skews for Jeremy because he has been telling me how much he loves his Leading Man Fiber Arts skews. They just hug my feet in all the right places and the toe is just perfect. And I just really like that footed sock that you knit, which is what he calls it because there's a distinct left foot and a distinct right foot. And this is a beefier base. So the Leading Man Fiber Arts, their showstopper base is 463 yards. Mm-hmm. And I knit it on ones. And so I'm thinking, I'm golden, right? I just have to make the foot long enough. Mm-hmm. This one should fit. Wah, wah. So after many, many, many skew successes, I had a big old skew failure. This sock, the right sock, not the left sock, I did this heel section easily 8 times. I got to the point where Jeremy was like, I don't even want socks anymore if I don't have to try on another heel that doesn't fit over my heel. I mean, I literally knit the heel portion 8 times, trying different strategies. So this has a hodgepodge of a lot of them. Come to find out, my foot cutout did not measure on the bias very well because it didn't, you don't have the depth, you just have the length. Mm-hmm. And so with this biased piece, you have to start the heel about 2 inches from the end. Well, I was starting it way too early. Mm-hmm. So that was try 1. Try 2, I tried I'm not going to go through all the try-ons here, but what I ultimately ended up doing was a couple of mods that I found on Ravelry, which is when you start doing the inner ankle gusset area increase, you increase, the person had 6 stitches written, and I increased 10 because I wanted it to be very big. And then your little origami moment ends up being more stitches. So instead of 15 in between the marker and 15, I ended up with 20 and 20. Mm. Another mod that I made to try to make it thicker through here. So where it was not fitting was through here, this section right here.
Yeah,
it just gets too tight.
Problem with the idea when I knit them.
So instead of, the way, it's a free pattern, the skew pattern is free out on Knitty, so I'm not revealing any of the the intellectual property here, but when you get to where you're doing this turn and end up doing some Kitchener here, it alternates between just decreasing on this one side and then decreasing on both, and then this one side and then decreasing on both, and then this one side and then decreasing on both, because then you get kind of an angle and then a slope, right? You're kind of, it's 3 stitches every 4 rows that gets ended up being decreased. Well, I changed it so I'm only ever decreasing on this side. I never decrease on this side. So then it took me longer to make that turn. Mm-hmm. So not only do I have more stitches on the bottom side here and more here in the depth of the heel, but then I also have I have more rows that are going this way. Mm-hmm. And that still is very tight. Like he has to cinch it on his heel, and he has to like try to not rip it around, and eventually I just got to the point where they're going to stretch, and then when they get wet the first time, I'm just going to like stick a bowling ball in there or something. I don't know what I'm going to do, but like a magic 8 ball or something, like
something big,
huge to stretch out that section. Because he loves the way the rest of it fits, and I absolutely love the way the Mr. Zombie knit up. This took up a majority of a skein. I did not make them as tall as I normally would have, because I was very dangerously close to running out. But they're ginormous. His feet are ginormous, and that heel. I tell you what, I feel for the people. If the first time I had knit skews that had happened to me, I don't know that I would have never knitted them again.
Okay.
I mean, like, I just had success after success after success with them, right?
I told you I didn't like it when, and it took me until you had knit the ones, I think it was for Susan.
Out of sport, yeah.
Out of sport weight, that I was like, okay, I'll try it again with sport weight.
Yeah. Well, I thought this was enough beefier, but I think what ends up happening is it's the row gauge through here that gets you. If you don't have enough fabric for it to stretch over that thick part of your heel, so I guess you could probably end up doing some short rows, and there's all kinds of mods out there, but yeah. If anybody has a bowling ball that I can stick in the heel, let me know. And those are my finished objects.
Okay.
A lot of Mr. Zombie socks, a little bit of skew grief.
Cool.
Yes. What are you working on? Some linen?
Yes, I am on the neckband of my sweater.
So exciting. Eurosport flax, right?
Yep, Eurosport flax.
It's going to be so stunning, Amy.
So hopefully, I can get some stuff kind of blocked out of it, but the things weren't meeting up quite nicely on this part here. So it kind of went extra into, like, I don't know how one side could have a bajillion more stitches than the other when I counted and recounted, and I was like, I don't know how.
Do you think maybe your bind off was just tighter on one than the other? Because those are bound off stitches, right? Or they're
right, but it's a 1-to-1, right? So I was, when I was doing grafting them together, it was a 1-to-1. So it was like I shouldn't be having an issue if there's the same number of stitches.
Yep. There you go, shooting.
Yeah, I know. So basically, I think that after I get this done, a good wet block will in the shoulder area should fix it. But and it does fit, and it fits nicely. So
beautifully.
I haven't tried it on after I've started the neck because the back portion of the neck is going to be a lot shorter than it was originally. So originally it was going to be like very kind of loosey and like open
ballet neck almost.
Yeah, well, I mean it's a V, but it's a very loose and trying to find a picture of the front here. Yeah, so it's far from her neck. It is more to mid shoulder finished, and mine's going to be right up at my neck. So I'm hoping that
and that was because you made modifications, or no?
No, I pretty much I followed the instructions, and I somehow ended up with more. When I divided on the front, I ended up with a lot more stitches on the front panel than the back panel for the sleeve portion of it. So I had to take up some of the neck to get that top portion of the sleeve to fit. But I counted and recounted. I had the ending stitches that they said. And so it should have matched up because I had the ending stitches of what they said on the back side as well. So the back was knit so long ago that I'm going to just go with, well, maybe I did miscount. And I recounted and triple counted and quadruple counted on the front because it wasn't lining up. And during the blocking, it seemed to line up too. So I don't know if I was just zhuzhing, and then when I finally got to sewing it together, it was like, nope, one's much bigger than the other. But again, it fits. I haven't tried it on since the neck, and so the neck's going to be a little bit more close and modest than the pattern, but it should look nice.
I would claim that as purposeful.
Yeah.
Because that's me, but yeah. It's stunning. It's gonna be so beautiful.
So yeah, it's
and you'll wear it and it will get nicer, and you'll wear it some more and it'll get nicer and nicer.
Yes, it's already been wet blocked to be sewn together. So it's been blocked in shape, and then you sew everything together, and then the neck gets added. So
yeah, got those fun side panels where your swimsuit or tank top that you're wearing underneath can peek out, and beautiful.
Yeah, I was very happy with how the seams ended up looking. I had re-sewn these a couple times, but just in general, like, oh, I didn't like how that picked up. I must have picked up into the half stitch, backed it up, re-picked it up, and went, that's where it should have been.
That's the secret with seaming. You have to be willing to
back that bus up.
Beep, beep.
So, yeah. So just a couple more rows on that and bind it off, and that will be a finished object, and maybe I'll wear it next time.
Woot woot! Can't wait to see it.
So that's fun. Then I also got a lot of progress on my Stripey KEL. So this is part of our, not Stripey, Scrappy. So our Happy Scrappy KEL. I decided to do 2 at a time separately. So you get to the point where you can free up the white from one side, put it on the other, and then knit up. And if you get bored with it, you move over to this side and work on a color. So I've been working on that, and I added a little bit of ribbing after the heel, just to kind of get it to snug up around my ankle. And then I'm going to be knitting plain. Hopefully that doesn't come to bite me, but I think it'll work out nice.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like a weird poofy sleeve or something.
No. I've seen that. I think a little bit of a gather. I've seen it here, and I've seen it like before the heel as well.
Yeah.
Kind of.
But just with the way that they were working up, I thought, oh yeah, maybe I should put some. And I didn't want to go all the way up the heel or up the foot that way, or leg. So I did the OMG heel, not spacious, just plain old OMG heel on that one, on both of them.
I love those colors, the speckles.
Yeah. So that's really exciting. So that's all the colors, and they're going to be continuing again on the leg. So those are
Scraptastic.
50% done, because I turned the heel on this one. It is officially done. I can just knit around in this one.
Go, go, go.
Yeah, I am counting to make sure I get the ribbing, but other than that, it's a go, go, go. Something else that got a lot of work while I was here and there about town.
That green.
I know, it's so fun.
Yes. Super fun.
And I apparently stopped in the middle of a row and I lost a stitch.
Stitch down, stitch down.
Just a second. Technical difficulties. Waiting. Okay.
Boop, 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 boop.
Yeah. Please stand by. Fixing a stitch.
Knitting is occurring.
So this is the Beach Please by Megan Williams. And I've got the front lace panel done, and I'm working the back. stripes. And soon I will be able to knit around. Zoom, zoom, zoom. So I'm excited to get to that part. I think I'm around about 10 rounds from that part, and I'm excited. Getting closer.
Where's your head hole?
There.
Right? Did you put in waste yarn?
Yeah. Okay, that's waste yarn. It's green.
Oh, I see.
It
looks like it's part of the.
Yeah. Yep. It's what I had. I was away from home, and I was like, well, I haven't started using the green yet.
Like, Amy, where's your head go? But it looks like a green stripe in there.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Perfect.
No, I was away from home, so it was what I had with me. Because the waste yarn, the orange, that was obvious.
That was what I was looking for. Like, oh dear, should I say that aloud right now?
Yeah.
She's going to be like, I curse you, woman.
No.
Okay.
And I could have done an afterthought.
Just neck.
Yeah. Cut and gone. But nope, it's in there. And so that looks like enough room.
Yes.
And I have to keep reminding myself that it will get smaller because I'm knitting sleeves now.
You are.
All in line. So as soon as I get to the round, it won't be quite so wide. Yep. But it'll be both sides. Right? So, but I won't be purling. That's the bonus.
Purl back. Wah wah. And that's Leading Men Fiber Arts.
It is. It's the Ghost Cloud. Or Ghost Light. Ghost Light. I think this is London Fog, maybe? And Lightning Bug. So, strippies. Very
gorgeous. If I do so say so myself.
That is fun. And I haven't gotten much further on my sister-in-law's shawl, but early mid-September or November is the date, so I have to get
that's fourth quarter, yo.
I know. I have to get my mojo on one of these months and power through. But I think that I will put it down for now. I think I'll try to get my mojo on in August and power through this. But right now it's like, it's a beautiful start. It gives me an inkling of what it's going to be, and I think I will.
Someday you'll get motivated.
Yeah, and power on.
Like,
wow, I gotta complete that. Yeah. Well, and I should keep going, but
there you go, shoulding again.
I know, shoulding all over myself. So I brought my spindle because these two are done. The Princess Bubblegum and the Color of the Cat singles one. And then the cat. Yeah. And then this is the Ice Princess on the Golding, and this is nearly done. And I think I might ply the princesses together. I haven't quite decided on that yet, but I think they might get plied together when they're done. If not, they'll just be singles, which I like plied, so we'll probably ply them together. They're similar content. Yep. And then the cat yarn. It's almost done. So I have a second spindle started at home, or a fourth spindle at home where this is started. I am on Team Spindle this year and Bosworth, so I'm trying to focus on spindle spinning. It's not as quick, but it is, it gives me that full, how many ever days the tour is, right, of focusing on them, giving them all attention, and reminds me of why I have them and why I enjoy working with them. So it's kind of like a tools appreciation month. The wheel will be there when it's over, and I want to do something quickly, right? So.
And you walk around?
I do. Well, I do. These are walkabout spindles. I don't usually stay in one place when I'm spinning. I dropped this one at the zoo 3 times. poor thing got banged up. But somebody told me it adds character.
Huh.
And
I say that about my phone as well.
my phone has a lot of character at this point.
So much character.
So yeah, I have been enjoying taking these on the road with me. These two are done. They're going to be sitting out. These are both Hollywood, but this one is an aged. This one's more of a new one. So very, very cool that, one type of wood can be so different. And yeah, and this Golding, it's my only one, but it's the only weight that I can tolerate. I think that the bigger ones are too heavy for me, not for everybody. And so that's these three. That's it for
Sorry, I just, sometimes I write sitcoms in my head.
Oh, yeah.
And while you were talking about that one being too heavy, I imagined you going to your CrossFit gym and being like, I really want to be able to spin with this spindle. What sort of workouts can I be doing so that I can spin with this heavier spindle?
Well, I did notice that one of my spindles is slightly lighter, and I'm kind of like, the twist isn't as aggressive in the singles that I'm making, and I'm like, oh, okay. I'm starting to learn. I'm slowly learning over the process, right?
Yep.
One of these days I will feel like I am more mastered at it, but right now it's like just learning every day.
Just keep spinning.
So I have a project that is kind of
needle adjacent?
Yeah, adjacent. I cast it on, but like 3 stitches, so it's not even cast on really.
It's not even a swatching.
No, it's a 3-stitch cast on, and that's what I did.
Oh, okay.
So what was I gonna say?
The pattern name?
Yeah, I don't have the title page.
Yeah. Fun.
Great. That's
This is
wonderful.
excellent podcasting, Amy. Sorry.
Well, she was doing a KAL, and she gave away the pattern to people who joined up, and it's really cool. It's like
2 colors,
3 triangles together, and it's very, very cool. There's like a lace and a garter in the triangles, and
if you're playing Pictionary at home.
Yes,
draw some triangles and then some garter and some lace, and then do this with your hands. You will give it to me. Future Amy will give it to me, and I will future Megan will put it in the show notes for you.
Well, I feel bad because she was so generous to give away the pattern as part of her KAL, and
feedback. Include it on every page as like a page, blah, 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 pattern name.
Yes. But
Amy does not print the first page.
Yes, printing the first page is too much to ask. When it's a third, yeah. Well, see, and this is page 1, so it must have been a header page. Anyway, now here nor there, it was going to be a beautiful, or it is going to be a beautiful.
Have you selected?
But my Leading Men Fiber Arts in the Pippi long stocking. It's not
Dames at Deep.
Yes, Dames at Deep. And so these are so stunning, and it starts with the awesomeness of the long stocking. And I make one of those little garter stitch tabs and make a triangle.
Cast on! There's like 3 stitches barely holding on to that needle.
I said needle adjacent when I started.
It was pretty needle adjacent. Yeah, I agree.
So it's one of those things like, oh yeah, she had that lovely pattern and she gave it away. She only had it open for a few days. It was in the hot right now. That's how I found it. So it behooves you to read the hot right now. If you like one and you click on it, right in the description it was, we're having a KAL, and if you want to join, this is how you do it. It's free.
Sometimes you have to dig in a little further and look at forum posts, and then it will be listed there as well.
Right, but this one I believe
was right on the front page.
I think it was. In there it had that there was a KAL, and then you could click through, and that's where you requested the like, I want to participate, and this is my choice because she had a whole bunch of
yeah,
shawls.
I remember that. Okay.
Okay.
Yep, I remember that now.
Because there was one that a lot of people were picking, and that wasn't the one that I wanted.
Okay.
It was hummingbird. That's right, hummingbird. A lot of people picked that one. So anyway, wanted to knit along with people, but again, my I don't know, eyes are bigger than my stomach. My dance card is full. I cannot add anything else.
But she did cast on those 3 stitches. I have the last pair of Mr. Zombie socks on the needles. Judy's Magic cast on and increased for the toe, but did not grab them for my purse, so they're kind of on the go project. And then for Camp Loopy, the second project, I completed the first project, which was the brioche-like or cable-like or was more technique-based project, but this one is Buried Treasures, and the Dark Pearl was in my queue for quite some time. That's the Dark Pearl by Carol Feller. So it is a asymmetrical cardigan with a lace sweep across section. I am knitting it out of the fabulous BFL silk and cashmere, so that's a 70% BFL, 20% silk, 10% cashmere, and it is just as drapey and just as fabulous as I thought it was going to be. That's in the leaden colorway. Feel that. I likes it. Knitting stockinette flat for what felt like forever, even though it was over a really small number of stitches because there was nothing on this side and then just a wee bit over on this side. Took way longer than it needed to, but I just couldn't get my sweater mojo going for some reason, which is very odd for me. I was like, who am I? Reminds me, we were at, sorry, tangent, we were at Target, and Jeremy was talking about something with cell phones, and I was like, you should get a new cell phone. Your cell phone's kind of old. And he was like, I don't need a new cell phone. So we're just kind of walking along, and I'm like, who are you, and what have you done with my husband? And there was a man standing in the aisle, and he thought I was talking to him. And he was like, I'm sorry, ma'am, I was talking to my husband. He said that he didn't need a new cell phone, and I just couldn't comprehend those words that were coming out of his mouth. He's like, that's a legit thing to say then. But oh my gosh, I'm like, I'm so sorry. I wasn't accosting you, sir. I was just trying to ask my husband who he thought. Anyway, the funny things that happen in my life because I make statements like that in public. Who are you and what have you done with my husband? Anyway, I finally got to the lace bits. The fun has begun. And so it's a really fun little repeat that's going on here. It's showing up really pretty in the yarn, and there's an increase right here, so it's just going to flare a little bit, and then there's an I-cord eyelet edge where you put buttons over on this side, and that's how you button it up. Buttons is, I don't know if I can, you may not be able to see it, you may just need to go out to the Ravelry page and look at it, but super excited. I really like this lace. I really like the way that it's knitting up. I've got it in my Silver Shed rainbow bag, which is perfect because you can just kind of flip it down and it still has enough room for that sweater at the top. And it will eventually need some sleeves. I've got 3 skeins, so I just started. I'm just going to throw some yarn at you. Just started this brand new skein because I wanted to keep the other skein back to kind of blend in for the sleeves. And they seem very similar, but you say that, and then if you don't blend, they don't. You get a line. So I just always alternate now. That's my modus operandi. So yeah, hopefully on to sleeves sometime soon. Get another pair of socks done. Some more designing done.
Go. Another pair of socks done.
Always another pair. I'm almost on my 30th. So that's good.
Wow. Yeah. Power through.
Which is what those crazy sock knitters did, like in the month of January, right?
Yes.
But I'm stretching it out over the year. Enabling.
Yes.
I showed you my my spinning fates. And then I was also Instagram enabled by BU Fibers. And she had a 4th of July sale.
Oh, okay.
Where you got like 20% off, I believe.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's
so
a lot of skein.
I went crazy.
Yeah.
There was no skein left behind.
Apparently.
I was really digging her speckles.
Yeah.
So this is, and there was a couple skeins. I mean, it said in my cart. I think I literally checked this out on the 4th of July. So I let the world try to take as many of them away from me as it could, and this was what was left in my cart. This is Sugar Skulls, which has some very dark black patches, and then lots of colors splashed in there. And that is 70% merino, 25% merino. Her stuff is very reasonably priced even without the 20% off. Don't quote me on this, but I think I got these at like $17 a skein. So, and again, really digging these and thought perhaps it could make a really fun. I think I've caught the speckle bug from my when I did the brain just went blank. The stuff from Ireland, the Irish merino.
Yeah.
Hedgehog fibers.
That wasn't as speckly though.
No, it was more variegated, but it was like a gateway drug. This is Beach Wedding, and I just love the pops of purple on top of that kind of minty fresh color.
Very pretty.
Yes, so something big with 3 skeins of fingering on that. And then this just tugged at my heartstrings. The colorway name is Oh Happy Day. So if you're familiar with Joyful, Joyful, it is from the song Oh Happy Day. And so I don't know what I'm going to make with it, but I really like the orange and pinks. Pretty. Yes. So yes, a lot of skeins came to me. Didn't need to, but they came.
Okay.
And I love them. And they're
Awesome.
speckle-tastic. And they make me happy.
I have some speckles, kind of.
It was an Oh Happy Day.
So I have 3 Miss Crosbys in the hat box. So this is an MCS.
Ooh.
Yes. So silk cashmere merino. This was from a gift certificate from Jimmy Boone's Wool that I had, and I
From Miss
decided-
Sarah and Miss Mary.
Yes.
Thanks to them.
So I really liked, I don't know how these played together, and I wasn't sure if they would end up together, but it could either of them can go into 2-color shawl, or I can get a 3 plain happy, like a stripes,
Try a 3-way.
yeah. So there's a bunch of striped sweater patterns out there, and so I was thinking, okay, maybe something like that.
Yeah, that would be fantastical.
So we have a barn swallow color and hummingbird color and Hollywood Shreese.
That seems like a hardy NCS.
Yeah.
Like it's not as like ephemeral as some of them can be.
It's 317 yards. So yeah, it's good sport.
Yeah, no, I didn't mean like, I just meant like, sometimes you get some cashmere in there and it feels like it could just like obliterate in your hand, right? Like almost like dandelion fluff, right? And this seems like it's tightly plied enough that you'll get the softness with the...
Right, but it won't end up being a fuzzy mess after I'm done.
That was what I was trying to say.
Yeah. Yeah, because we have experience with cashmere yarn where we're like, oh yeah, it was nice. I really enjoyed knitting that, but now the vinyl garment looks like, you know, I don't know, like
novelty yarn.
Yeah, like I didn't knit it with nice yarn.
Well, yeah, I mean just like the fuzzy stuff. Like what do they call that? What was that back in the day with the furry yarn? Anyway, brain not connecting words with concepts right now.
No.
I'm just gonna cuddle my oh happy day and be happy and say words don't need to make sense for very much longer here.
Such beautiful yarn.
Yes.
Obviously. I had some packages to mail out. All but one has gone out, and unfortunately it's the international one that hasn't gone out yet. But I hope to get to the post office this week. I tried to do it at a satellite office, and they said, no, you have to do that at a regular post office. I'm like, I can't get there right now. Okay, well, we'll get that in the mail as soon as we can. But it's all packaged and labeled. It just needs to get to the thing where I can pay them to ship it off.
There are levels of doneness in mailing things.
Yeah,
I'm with you.
Yeah,
sometimes
exactly.
Just getting it out of the prize closet is one of the steps.
Yes, exactly. So I had sent my little Instagram giveaway out, and so I had that one, and then I was involved in a podcaster swap called Christmas in July. And so like Hello Nitty is my swap pal, and her package is winging its way out to her today. Fun! So yeah, I had fun putting that together.
I sent off the 5K winners t-shirts, so our top 3 predictors got this bright blue shirt with purple writing. It looks kind of distressed, which I'm kind of digging, but that was not how the printer kind of displayed it to me. But I'm making lemonade out of lemons, I guess. I like it.
It looks shiny and reflective, though.
Yep.
Very cute.
And then the back has just run it, and toasty toes, and bacon fairy, and sock nubbins. Which just tickled me to no end. I don't know why. It's like my knitting 5K squad is named now. We've got like the T-birds and the pink lady jackets. And the socks also went out as well. I had some posting to do too.
You.
Yes. And I think most of them have been received safely.
Cool.
Socks hopefully fit. Miss Leah said hers fit. So that just means
awesome.
Yeah, and maybe that'll bring me some good shipping karma. I'm always looking for some good shipping karma.
Yeah, I know I need it. I'm like whisking away that one skein of yarn, and I'm like, to Portugal.
Yes.
Wish it luck. It will be on its way this week sometime.
May the yarns ever be in your favor.
Yeah, exactly.
Alrighty.
That's it.
That's it.
Awesome. Bye.
Bye.